Hi YouTube friends, it's Victoria from Victoria Makes. Today we're going to make some dandelion honey. Yes, dandelion honey. It's got a beautiful vanilla flavour. And dandelions is so prolific, aren't they? Please try and collect dandelions from a field or somewhere away from the main road so they haven't been affected by pollution, etc. But pick your dandelion heads only. You don't want all the green stems in this. You just want all the yellow flowers and petal heads. They are very sticky when you pull them up. You'll get some kind of residue on your hand. It turned mine yellow yesterday. I got just 6 of the what you'd say a standard carrier bag size, and you need about 4 cups of dandelion heads for this recipe. So for this recipe you need 4 cups of dandelion heads, 3.5 cups of sugar, 1 vanilla bean, and that's the big stalk of the vanilla bean, a whole lemon chopped up in quarters, and 4 cups of water. And what you do, first of all, you pick your dandelions, and I'll put some of the pictures in shortly so you can see what they look like. You take off the stems and then you'll soak them in water for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just cover just the dandelions with water in a bowl, and any insects that have collected inside the petal heads will come to the top. Then you have to take the insects out, there'll be a few. Then drain all the water out of the petals, so you're just left with the soaked petals. Then in a large thick base pan you want to put all the ingredients: the sugar, the lemons, the vanilla bean and the dandelions and the water, and then bring everything up to a rapid boil. When it has come to a boil, turn it down and simmer for 30 minutes. So here I'm going to show you some pictures of what it looks like. Right friends, so hopefully you've seen those pictures that I did, and I did that yesterday, so apologies for that because I didn't actually video that part. It was a simple procedure, so I soaked it as I say, and then I brought it up to the boil and I simmered it for 30 minutes. And then what I did is strained off the liquid, and I'll show you now what that liquid looks like. And this is the next stage. Right, so the liquid looks like a yellow golden colour, and what's happened there is I've strained it through a sieve, and this is all the leftovers. Your dandelion heads and your lemons, and it's poured into the bowl, so I've got a nice golden colour. I've just had a little teaspoon of it, and honestly it tastes beautiful, so vanilla-y and like honey. It's beautiful. So you have to leave that for 6 hours, and the reason for that is it will then, obviously infuse and the flavours will enhance, and then comes the second stage, and this is what we're going to do together now. Right friends, I'm going to give it a further sieve to get rid of any little tiny bits before I boil it back up again and thicken it and reduce it down so it becomes nice and thick like honey. And I'm using a Kilner muslin square. I find these really useful. And what you need to do is just buy one of these, get your normal sieve, put it over your sieve, and then pour the fluid back through. I'm just literally going to through the sieve again, just to make sure any little bit is collected. There. And then we're going to put this back on the hob now and reduce it down. So I'll get a nice big wooden spoon. We're going to reduce it down and get it thickened up. It's very liquidy at the moment. We want it quite nice and thick, like runny honey. And this is beautiful on things like what you put honey on. Just use it as a substitute on your toast and crumpets and anything like in a smoothie for flavour. Really beautiful. And the good properties of dandelions are that the green leaves can be put in salad, and they give a nice flavour as well to salad leaves. It's a good plant, dandelion. Dandelion, as I said, makes a lovely salad vegetable as long as the leaves are young. You don't want them old and withered because they'll be quite bitter. If you can start to really get into dandelion leaves, you can put terracotta plant pots over young shoots, a bit like you would do with a rhubarb. and that'll sort of blanch them and let them grow taller as they, come looking for light, but they'll be nice and green. Even in Mrs. Beaton's day, in her book, it advises you to steep them in cold water for an hour or so before cooking with butter. Try them cooked in hot sesame oil and sprinkle with toasted sesame seeds to add an oriental flavour. So, even back then, they were using dandelions. And I've heard that dandelion tea is really easy to do as well. So you put a handful of washed dandelion leaves in a teapot, you add some boiling water, steep for 5 minutes and add sweetener if you want, and that's supposed to be really nice. And as I say, the flowers are edible and you can actually put them in your salads, you can make jellies out of them, put them in trifles, decorate your cakes and things like that if you want to. It's a natural diuretic, so dandelion tea is really good for like water retention and breaking down cellulite. They also say that it's a diuretic action which helps to flush out your toxins in your body, so it's really good, especially for your liver. Dandelion is an old French name for the plant Dandelion, which means lion's tooth, referring to its jagged edges on the leaves. You can make a rubber band even out of a dandelion, breaking the stem of the plant and spread the oozy sap thinly along your finger, wait for it to dry, then peel off the ends and tie together. The same milky sap is said to get rid of warts, so crikey, the dandelion has so many uses, isn't it? So guys, you're going to go and pick some dandelions. All those things that you can make with dandelions is incredible, isn't it? It makes you think, doesn't it? Hopefully it'll actually entice you to do so. In a little while I'll show you what it's like when it's thickened up. Get those jars sterilised in the meantime. If you've not seen any of my earlier videos on how to make grapefruit jam, strawberry jam, plum jam, please give a look. I'll put some details up on screen shortly of the preserve videos that I have done, and hopefully you'll be encouraged to try this. It really tastes beautiful. Lemon and honey taste and vanilla coming through. It's absolutely really lovely. I was really surprised. I saw it on the internet a few years ago, and if you have a look on Google, there's companies selling dandelion honey for about £16 for a little jar, so it really makes sense to make your own. So have a go. It's simple. You don't need a lot, do you? A bit of sugar, some lemon, a vanilla. I think the vanilla bean stick is probably your most expensive item, but a good thing for the vanilla bean, what I normally do is I'll use vanilla bean, whatever I'm making. I might infuse it in cream and make something like a panna cotta, or might infuse it for a ganache in cream again. But whatever you use it for, when you've used it for that particular recipe, lightly rinse it and then pop it, dry it out, let it dry out again and put it in a pot full of sugar, and that will naturally flavour your sugar and make vanilla sugar, which is ideal for cooking again. So you can get a little bit more out of it for your money with a vanilla bean. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. Come back in a bit and we'll have a little look at what it looks like when it's actually thickened, and we'll pour it in the jar and we'll see that liquid gold. So I'm just showing you now, friends, the colour of it. It's been going about 10 minutes now and it's still really like water, isn't it? Very, very thin. And it probably takes about an hour, but you want to be able to spot the change. It's really golden, very runny, needs to go thicker. Need to keep going. I've turned the temperature down now, a fast simmer if you like, but it's not boiling anymore, and that'll probably continue now for about 40 minutes and we'll check it again. It smells delicious. Right guys, so I've popped a thermometer and I've got the temperature up to 110 centigrade, and that is what it says for syrup. It still feels very, very runny, but a lot less runnier than before. It says it goes thicker when it cools down. I've just put a little bit in the freezer and I'm just testing it now to see if it goes thicker. It's a beautiful golden colour and it's reduced a lot in the pan. Can you see the difference? It was very yellowy, now it really is looking like honey, isn't it? Nice and real thick and golden. But not as thick as I would have thought, but I'm going to just test it. So I've put this spoonful in the freezer and it is just running a little bit, and when I put my finger in it, you'll see that if I scoop it up on my finger and let it just drip, it's very much like runny honey, isn't it? And that's the thickness I want. If you want it like much thicker, then cook it down for a bit longer yourself, but it will thicken up more when it goes cold, of course. And the taste is beautiful. Right, I'm going to bring you over and we'll pot it up. Right friends, so straight, I'm going to get my utensils. Right, so I'm using my kiln funnel. This one isn't a wide bottom because there's no fruit. It's not like the strawberry jams. It's just a case of getting it in without a spillage on the side of the jars. Makes for a cleaner jar. I think I'll probably get about 3 jars out of this. I've actually only got 2 jars. So I'm using a little tiny kiln and clip top. As it's for myself, it doesn't matter. I'll just put it in a cup. Might have to put a little bit in a cup, save that as well. But we'll be using it at home soon go. It's popular. Right, so as I say, they're sterilised jars. Put them straight in. Lids on straight away, guys. The quicker the better. Get it sealed. So you can keep it in the fridge. It is shelf stable as well if you've used sterilised jars. I've had mine in the oven on 140 degrees centigrade. And that, my friends, is dandelion honey. So guys, I hope you will be tempted to make some dandelion honey. And thank you for watching. See you again in some more videos. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me again with some more making videos. Thanks for watching. Bye now.